We back. Check this out. So he did drugs. She did drugs. They did drugs. All right. Check this out. So let's say the natural or the neutral part right here, and the proton was here. That's your natural so-called state that you come into your environment, and what you get to programming yourself with. So let's just say the negative electron, the normal orbit, all right, was like here. So your blood, mitochondria is moving only in here, only in this space, right? Which is normal, right? But when you have sex, it might the negative electron might jump out a little bit more. So your energy has more, then it comes back down to the normal, all right? Now, let's say you start doing dope, drugs and shit. So you understand that this has to jump out. The negative has to jump out because it's seen in your activity, right? So it's now, you understand. I'm not gonna demonstrate that, but nevertheless, it has jumped to orbit. It has changed the element. It has changed the being. It has, yes, it has alchemically changed him. Now, he has that much expansion. He has that much expansion. He has that much knowledge because he has done, thought about, or didn't do, or did certain things. You know, become a thief, become a liar, become a master manipulator. N.A. has spoke those words. Master manipulators, right? And all that type of shit. You know, and they get on the path of 12 steps. And they say it is a spiritual awakening, awaiting on one of the steps. Right? Yeah, I found that motherfucker. But I also found the devil sitting on one of them goddamn steps. You understand? Matter of fact, he was switching steps and shit. Nevertheless, so anyway, we proceed. So anyway, right? So, I had a spiritual awakening, all right? I'm going to tell you that. I had one. But I'll tell you later. So anyway, they go through a process of 12 steps, and they are told that this is a selfish program because you already fucked up everything you could have wanted, motherfucker, out there, that the matrix is offering you anyway. Right? Remember, it have changed the orbit so far out past beyond. You know, the prostitute doing her thing, her orbit, she has that much more expansion. If she ever bring her ass back down, right? She'll have that. So will the one who faced and defeated a mighty motherfucking dragon within themselves from the cocaine. If they can bring their ass back in, they can contract. And they can go this way just to see that far from another outside force or entity. You understand? But nevertheless, it comes with the knowledge. This is a self-proclamation, declaration of independence. All right? If you bring your ass back, you know, they got things in so-called Africa that is called rites of passage. It was to prove not manhood, God damn it. You are a God. Check this out. Get off your knees. Listen, check this out. So anyway, that little girls had to go out in the woods and they had to do a certain thing before they can bring their ass back to the village. You understand? Guys had to go out and probably had some what's the name before they can bring their ass back. All right. Now this was I won't use tribal, but this was a practice in order to teach the youth how to go about maneuvering. You know what I'm saying? And what they needed within themselves in order to be assured of their movements. You know what I mean? To be assured of your movement. That's all. To be assured within thyself. Okay? It wasn't no motherfucking meetings. You met up to party and dance and do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't anyway, back to this. You get it. So biological, all right, in the smallest realm. I don't want to confuse people because I'm not a teacher. You understand? It's about expansion. Okay, let's get it there. So anyway, the drug user, right? So he has that much expansion. So he has that much expansion. So if he gets off, all right, let's use Malcolm for a quick example. Let's use anyone you know. Use myself, for example. I was in that range expansion for like 18 years.